Hello, so I am back at the Natural History Museum for the second time. I was here last week, and I found out that there were some pretty cool exhibits here with some pretty crazy history. So I figured I'd come back and visit and show you guys what I found. So this dinosaur behind me is known as Dipley the Diplodocus, and is actually the most famous skeleton in the entire world. So Dipley the Diplodocus was commissioned by King Edward VII, the Prince of Wales, after he visited Carnegie Hall Museum in Pittsburgh, USA. The cast of the skeleton cost 2,000 pounds to make and shipped in 32 different boxes. And once it got here, it was actually one of the more popular exhibits at the time. And because of its popularity, the Prince of Wales and other museums actually commissioned quite a few other casts of it to be made. It got shipped all across the world to places like South America, Central America, Asia, and thusly, Dippy is the most viewed full skeleton of any dinosaur in the entire world. So this is a full-scale replica of the world's largest animal, the blue whale. It was made in 1938, and it was actually built in-house from right here. So as they're building this piece, the workers who are building it actually built a trapdoor underneath the whale. They used this trapdoor to actually go up into the skeleton and take smoke breaks while they were building it. Now, the day finally came that they decided they had to seal the door for good. And rumor has it that they left a couple objects from 1938 inside the whale. Wikipedia says they left like a couple coins and a phone book or something like that. But there's an urban myth that this whale is actually a time capsule with a bunch of really cool stuff from 1938. So when we crack it open one day, maybe we'll find out. So unfortunately, there was one thing that actually is in the museum, but it's not on display, but the museum does have it. It was actually a whale that swam up the River Thames in 2006 and actually got stuck. So on, I think it was like January 19th, 2006, there were sightings of a whale swimming up the River Thames. And this is so unusual that when the sightings were first reported, there was actually a guy who called in, and he thought he was just straight up hallucinating, saying that there was a river or a whale in the river. It wasn't until quite a few other people also called in that they were citing a whale in the river that authorities actually had to go out and check it out. So as most of us probably know by now, the River Thames is a tidal river, so it goes in and out. So having a whale in the river is actually a pretty big deal. The whale actually got stranded multiple times the first day, and authorities were finally able to, they thought they were coaxing her out of the river by the end of the day, and there were a couple sightings over by Greenwich, but those were false reportings. And she was still in the river the following day when people went to check. So being a whale in the river is a pretty big deal. It is a big deal if it's a whale. But it was all over the media, and she was actually named Diana. Diana is the Prince of Wales, the whale, Diana. It's a funny joke. But anyway, the following day, authorities still tried to get her out, and they were unsuccessful with their efforts. Finally, January 21st rolls around, and decided that they have to get this whale out, otherwise it's going to die. So what they do is they take a huge barge out there. They lifted Diana onto the barge, and they tried just to take her back out to sea. She's used to thousands of feet of water as opposed to the 15 feet that the River Thames sometimes has. And unfortunately, as they were trying to remove her from the river, she ended up dying from convulsions, probably due to muscle damage, kidney failure, and dehydration of just being in such little water for so long. So after Diana actually ended up dying, they had to figure out what to do with her carcass. A lot of people thought just putting it in a dump, throwing it out to sea, something like that. But when the Sun, which is a newspaper around here, heard of it, they started a fundraiser for it. They were actually able to raise the 10,000 pounds needed to take and preserve, the Diana skeleton. They donated the money, and her skeleton was preserved, and it's actually kept in the storage here over at the Natural History Museum. I just spent like, I don't know, half an hour running across the museum trying to find the darn thing until I finally asked somebody, and they're like, oh yeah, that's in storage. Well, but it's a pretty neat story. You can actually apparently see her fin and talk about her a bit if you take a tour to the back, which I was going to do, but I don't have time today, so Yeah, but it is still a pretty neat story, and it's kind of unfortunate that she's not on display for the public to see since she was pretty popular, but... So yeah, that's it for the Natural History Museum. I hope that all of you guys sort of enjoyed a second look at this. I know when I first went through it, I kind of ran through the whole thing. I just saw such a bunch of taxidermy animals, a couple displays, but after actually researching the history of some of these displays, this place just became a heck of a lot cooler. So thanks for watching.